Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have to tell you, this was one of those General Hospital episodes that pulled me in from the very first few minutes. I wasn't expecting explosions, car chases, or some dramatic courtroom showdown. No, this one reminded me why I've stayed loyal to this show for so many years. Sometimes all it takes is one quiet conversation and one carefully chosen sentence to shake Port Charles to its core. Well, I'll be darned, that's exactly what happened here. Anna finally revealed what she's been carrying around. And just like that, everything surrounding Nathan suddenly feels different. Before that bombshell landed, I found myself smiling through Anna's reunion with the people who love her most. After everything she's been through, seeing her back with Emma, Felicia, and Mac felt like taking a deep breath after holding it for far too long. Those scenes didn't need a lot of drama because the warmth spoke for itself. You could feel how relieved everyone was to have Anna standing there looking stronger and more like herself. As someone who's watched this family for years, I appreciated that the writers slowed things down long enough to remind us why these relationships matter. The moment with Emma especially touched me. I could see how much Emma had missed her grandmother, and I also admired the way Anna handled the difficult subject of Robin. Anna explained that she wasn't ready to see Robin because she didn't want to reopen painful memories connected to Faison. That's classic Anna, if you ask me. Even while she's still recovering herself, she's thinking about protecting someone else's heart. Folks, that's the kind of quiet strength that has always made Anna one of my favorite characters. She doesn't wear her pain on her sleeve, but it's always there, shaping every decision she makes. Of course, this is General Hospital, and peaceful family reunions rarely stay peaceful for long. I started paying much closer attention the second Felicia casually mentioned that James had decided not to go on vacation with Maxie, Spinelli, and everyone else because he wanted to spend more time with Nathan. Now, maybe another viewer would have brushed that off as just another family update. I certainly didn't. The camera didn't have to linger very long on Anna's face for me to realize something had changed. Her expression wasn't just surprised. It was the look of someone who had suddenly connected pieces of a puzzle that nobody else even realized existed. That's one thing I genuinely enjoy about this show. It trusts its audience. It doesn't always need dramatic music or flashing warning signs to tell us something important is happening. Sometimes one glance says more than 5 pages of dialogue ever could. I leaned forward in my chair because I knew Anna's instincts were kicking in, and over the years I've learned one simple lesson. When Anna Devane starts trusting her instincts, somebody is usually about to have a very bad day. Then came the private conversation with Felicia, and that's where the entire episode shifted gears. After talking about her recovery, Anna quietly revealed the truth she had uncovered. She told Felicia that Nathan West was not who he claimed to be. Just like that, the mask came off. Anna had exposed Cassius for exactly what he was, a man hiding behind another person's identity. I honestly loved how calm she remained while delivering such explosive information. She didn't panic. She didn't overreact. She simply laid out the truth, because that's who Anna has always been. She follows the evidence wherever it leads, even when the answer is almost impossible to believe. Now, here's where my own opinion probably differs from what some fans are thinking. Yes, Anna knows who Cassius really is. Yes, she's uncovered one of the biggest secrets currently hanging over Port Charles, but I don't believe Cassius has any reason to panic just yet. Lord knows, discovering the truth is only the first battle. Convincing everyone else to believe that truth is an entirely different challenge. Think about it for a minute. Cassius has been living under this false identity long enough to build trust with the people around him. People have accepted him. They've welcomed him into their lives. James clearly cares about him. Others have no reason to question the story they've been told. So even though Anna has uncovered the deception, she still has to prove it in a way that cannot be ignored. And if there's one thing I've learned from decades of watching General Hospital, it's that evidence always arrives much slower than suspicion. That's exactly why I think Cassius still has a little breathing room. His secret has been discovered, but it hasn't exploded into public view yet. There's a huge difference between one trusted investigator knowing the truth and the entire town accepting it as fact. Until Anna gathers enough proof to expose him completely, Cassius can still move around Port Charles without everyone pointing fingers at him. That breathing space may not last very long, but for now, I don't think he's running for the hills just yet. What makes this storyline so interesting to me isn't simply the reveal itself. It's watching the clock start ticking. Anna has opened the door, and now both sides know the game has changed. Cassius doesn't know exactly how much Anna knows, while Anna still has to figure out how to bring everything into the light without tipping her hand too early. That's the kind of slow-burning suspense that General Hospital has always done exceptionally well, and I have a feeling we're only seeing the first chapter of something much bigger. The more I thought about it, the more I realized Cassius is probably safer than he appears right now. Sure, Anna has uncovered his true identity, and that's a huge development. But knowing something and proving it are two very different things. Anna has only recently started recovering, and as much as I trust her instincts, I can also understand why someone like Felicia might hesitate before accepting such an unbelievable claim. If I were standing in Felicia's shoes, I'd probably have questions too. It's an extraordinary accusation, and extraordinary accusations usually demand solid proof. That said, I don't think Anna spoke up without a reason. She's not the type of person who throws wild theories around just to stir up trouble. Anna has spent her entire life reading people, solving mysteries, and spotting details that everyone else overlooks. That's exactly why her words carry weight with me. Even if she can't present every piece of evidence today, I believe she has seen enough to convince herself that Cassius is hiding behind Nathan's identity. What really caught my attention, though, wasn't Anna's accusation. It was Felicia's own experience with Nathan. Sometimes people don't realize they've collected important clues until someone points them in the right direction. Felicia recently questioned Nathan about why he had suddenly started pulling away from James. His explanation may have sounded reasonable on the surface, but something about it just didn't feel right. I think Felicia sensed that herself, even if she couldn't quite explain why. You know how we all get that little feeling in the back of our minds when someone's behavior suddenly changes? That's exactly what this reminds me of. James clearly adores Nathan, yet all of a sudden there's distance between them. People don't usually change that dramatically overnight without a reason. When Nathan tried to explain himself, I remember thinking his story felt more like something prepared in advance than something that came naturally. It checked all the boxes, but it didn't have much heart behind it. Now imagine Felicia replaying that conversation after hearing what Anna told her. Suddenly, every awkward pause, every strange excuse, and every uncomfortable moment starts taking on a different meaning. That's how doubt works. It doesn't arrive all at once. It grows little by little until you can't ignore it anymore. Even if Felicia isn't completely convinced today, I think Anna has planted a seed that will be very difficult to pull out, and honestly, that may be more dangerous for Cassius than Anna confronting him directly. Once suspicion enters someone's mind, they begin noticing details they would have ignored before. Every conversation gets analyzed. Every odd decision raises another question. Every inconsistency becomes harder to explain away. Cassius may still believe he's successfully fooling everyone, but I have a feeling the people around him are about to start looking at him through very different eyes. For now, I still think Cassius has a little time on his side. Nobody is chasing him through Port Charles, and nobody is exposing him in front of the entire town just yet. But I wouldn't get too comfortable if I were him. Secrets have a funny way of staying buried until the exact moment they don't. Once one person starts asking questions, another person remembers something unusual, and then someone else notices a missing piece. Before long, the truth begins putting itself together. That's why I believe this story is only getting started. Anna may have been the first person to pull back the curtain, but she certainly won't be the last to notice something is wrong. Felicia's doubts are growing, the cracks in Cassius's story are becoming harder to hide, and every passing day increases the chance that someone else will connect the dots. In Port Charles, the truth has a habit of finding its way into the light eventually. Cassius may still be safe today, but if I were a betting man, I'd say his clock has already started ticking.